Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be doing the second commentary on the Isagoge of Porphyry. This is written by Boethius as an explanation of the three questions that are asked by Porphyry at the beginning of the Isagoge. Yeah. A brief statement of the question of universals, because that's what this is about. I'm a human, so are you. Even manlets are humans, there's something we all share, which is humanity, but we're all different people. So what's the thing that we share and what makes us different? My shoe is red, but so is my Brian Leftow book. They have redness in common, but they're also different in some way. So what's that thing that's the same about them? I'm physical, so is my lamp. What is this? I don't get it. Is it magic? Very strange. So there are three questions that Porphyry asks about universals. Do they subsist, or are they bare understandings only? This is essentially asking, are we making these things up? If they subsist, are they corporal or incorporeal? That's basically, are they physical or non-physical, like rocks and angels? And are they separated from sensibles, or are they insensibles? This one might be better to phrase as, are they separated from particulars or in particulars? Because you can have a non-sensible particular like an angel or something. Yeah. So first we have the three arguments against. The first argument goes like this. If the universal of green is in every blade, is the whole universal of green in every blade of grass, or just a part of it? If it's just a part, then they don't actually share anything because it's just different parts of a whole. Nothing is actually shared by different blades of grass. If it is the whole that's in each of the blades of grass, then it's just a bunch of whole things, and there isn't a universal because it's just a bunch of separate wholes. So there are no universals that are shared by multiple things. Argument 2 against. A genus is posited to explain sameness in the multiplicity of things. Think human in multiple humans, or green in multiple blades of grass. But different genuses are similar, so they need their own genus. But this would go on to infinity. But there can be no infinity of genuses, therefore there are no genuses. This kind of rests on saying, the reason we think about genuses is because they explain a bunch of similar things, but all the genuses are similar to each other, so they need their own genus, and that just goes on forever. Then the third argument against is very similar to the first one. A thing could be common by parts, by time, or by presence. Common by parts just isn't universal. That's just a bunch of different things shared. Common by time wouldn't be universal. That would just be like if 20 minutes ago there was, fur on an animal, and then, the fur went to me. It's just in a different location in time. It's not really it's something which is shared by multiple things at the same time. That just wouldn't be universal. And then the last one is by presence, which is extrinsic to things. Think about a play. You have multiple people present at a play, and these multiple people are all watching the play. They're all at the play. So in a way, it's present to multiple people. But this is an extrinsic predication. This is just saying there are multiple things near the universal, but there wouldn't be multiple things sharing in the universal, so it really wouldn't be a universal. Therefore, there are no universals. Then there's the argument 4 that Boethius gives. This is just that all of our understandings are caused by things, otherwise they wouldn't be about things. But it's impossible for them to not be about things, so they have to be caused by things. But we have understandings of universals, so there are universals. And then we have Boethius's solution to the question written in the form of answers to the three questions originally. They are in particulars, they subsist as particulars of the same kind, but they are understood as universals. So this is just saying there are a bunch of different things that are in the world that all kind of exist in the same way, but that doesn't mean they share something. It's only in the mind that they're understood as universal. They don't share in anything, they're just all the same. There are incorporeals, but they subsist in sensibles. they only exist as universals in the mind. So this is just to say the forms aren't necessarily physical things, but they all exist in physical things, or they're all dependent on physical things. They only exist as universals in themselves in the mind which abstracts them. And then finally, the answer to the third question, Plato thinks they exist totally apart from any particulars or sensibles, but Aristotle thinks they only exist in particulars or sensibles. Now, the reason that Boethius gives these answers to the question isn't actually because he believes them. It's actually because he's doing an interpretation of Aristotle's position, because the book he's commenting on is the Isagoge, and the Isagoge is a explanation of Aristotle's position. So he's trying to present Aristotle's position as best as he can. His position is not actually present here. And that'll be all for this video. Thank you for listening.